I'm Rochelle.
Okay.
Hi, Christina.
Hi, Lupe. Hi, I'm Alejandra.
Sadie.
All right. Okay, so imagine that your doctor comes to you and tells you that you have an illness that is chronic neurodegenerative disorder. Basically, what that is it's a disorder that slowly breaks down your nervous system, making it so it robs you of movements. You won't be able to walk anymore. Basic motor functions will just slowly die away, and you'll end up dying from suffocation because your nervous system and your lungs will just break down. Some people, they will accept that and they'll try to make the most of it, possibly see if they can seek some treatments. But some other people might want to see if there's a way out. And for a lot of those people, that option is euthanasia. Euthanasia is, by definition, the act of mercy killing. So it's having a physician or a doctor assisted suicide. So they're the ones that will induce like a lethal injection or push you under something like that to kill you. But they're doing it for the reason of ending your suffering, so to say, or someone who is in a coma where they're no longer conscious. They've been in a coma for 6 months. You're technically considered brain dead, but them pulling the plug is still considered euthanasia in a sort. One famous individual who is known to be one of these people, he was nicknamed the Death Doctor, and his name was Dr. Kevorkian. He was known for a lot of people to be a person that would assist people in dying. Like he would have a machine that would administer lethal doses of lethal injection so that they would slowly pass on while they were sleeping or something like that. On April 16th, 2010, Dr. Kevorkian did an interview with Anderson Cooper about what he had done and what he was doing. And as he quoted, I don't do this to end the life, I do it to end the suffering the patient is going through. The patient is obviously suffering. What's a doctor supposed to do? Turn his back? If a coward he is. And it's because of this that he was scrutinized a lot, but I believe personally that he was an individual who held against the crowd. He was able to be someone who was able to hold his head high, even though there's a lot of opposition. A lot of people are against euthanasia because they think it's murder. It is that by definition murder itself. It's assisted suicide, physician-assisted suicide, dying, doctor-assisted suicide, and more loosely termed mercy killing, which means the deliberate action of the express intention of ending a life to relieve an intraceable, persistent, unstoppable suffering. To a lot of people, even like say to a family member, you have someone who assisted kills your family member. You might not really care whether or not they're dying or suffering from an illness. You had someone who killed your family member, and that to a lot of people like that. That's why there's so heavy opposition against euthanasia. Because of that, it's general consensus with a lot of countries and states that they ban euthanasia. You're not allowed to. A physician is not allowed to administer lethal doses to end someone's suffering. There's different categories of euthanasia. There's automation, which is the independent and self right of determination valued by certain modern society and patients, and should have the right to accept or reject medical treatment. So that's for, say, somebody has an illness that they might possibly have a treat for, but they refuse it. So they decide to take the choice of not having the treatment. For example, that would be an example of like cancer. So we have leukemia, and we could do like radiation therapy, things like that. A lot of people don't want to do radiation therapy, even though they know that they might end up dying, but not doing it. That's still considered euthanasia on their own part, but that's an automation. And then there's the release from suffering, which is another category. That is often known as like the lethal injection, things like that. Or for example, for people who are in a coma, pulling the plug. English law makes euthanasia illegal. It depends on the circumstance. Euthanasia is regarded as either manslaughter or murder and is punishable by law, with a maximum penalty of up to life imprisonment. Assisted suicide is illegal under the terms of the Suicide Act of 1961 and is punishable up to 14 years imprisonment. Attempting to kill yourself is not the criminal act in itself, which I don't think makes sense at all. You're okay, you can kill yourself, but you were not allowed to have someone kill you in an act of mercy. which does make sense to me. A lot of people, the reason why they don't want to do suicide is because a lot of people are religious. It is considered taboo to commit suicide. It's eternal damnation. So that's why a lot of people will look to somebody else to release them. Honestly, I think it's the right to decide what people can do with their own bodies is their own choice. I'm more of a person that I do believe that like we have the right to our own bodies for the decisions we make, whether we're sickness, health, and otherwise. If someone wants to end their life because they're suffering so much, they have absolutely every right to.